which is just moments away here at Conca World Circuit. We are racing the 2015 World title. It is Carol Bash, who predictably races down into turn number 1 in the lead. And it looks as though Tom Joyner from grid 3 has got up into second place. As happened in the pre-final, Nicholas Nielsen has been shuffled back to 4th. The reigning Euro champ Ben Hanley is 3rd. Good start by one of the CRG karts. Looks as though Van Leeuwen is up into position number 5. He's got past Jordan Lennox Lamb in the Birrell Art, who's lost a couple of places off the start. Look at the lead by Carol Bash as he comes down into the hairpin for the first of 25 times. He's being shadowed by the Brit Tom Joyner, the 2013 World Champion Ben Hanley in 3rd spot. Just adjust that carburetor on that TM engine. Nielsen going through in 4th. Van Leeuwen, Lennox Lamb, Richard Verschoor, Hiltbrand, Lorenzo Travisanuto. Good start to hold position number 9. But already the lead is 0.3 of a second from Carol Bash. He runs a little bit wide that time. Tom Joyner all over the back of the pole. Ben Hanley saw that happen and it takes the opportunity to close in just a kart length or 2. He is being shadowed by Nicholas Nielsen. Van Leeuwen in position number 5 in the CRG. Wow, look how close to the back of the Cosmic Kart is the Brit Tom Joyner. He's in the slipstream as they come down the start-finish straight for the second time. He's right behind the pole. Here comes Tom Joyner. Watch for a move into turn number 3. He's a little bit too far back this time. Joyner, Hanley, Nielsen is in 4th, and he will not be happy with that start. He was not happy with starting on the outside of the front row. He would have preferred to start on grid number 3, but he does have a very, very quick go-kart underneath him. He's got a factory Tony kart powered by a Vortex engine. He sits in position number 4 and he's just put a little bit of a gap on the Dutchman Martijn van Leeuwen. This is start of lap number 3 now. Carol Bash, he cannot shake the field behind him as Richard Verschoor, the Dutchman, tries to join in this battle behind the other Brit, Jordan Lennox Lamb. Look for the move down the inside. Brilliantly done by Tom Joyner, but he's gone a little bit wide. Ben Hanley round the outside. Carol Bash has been shuffled back to 2nd. Wow, we did not see where that came from. It looked as though Carol Bash was leading the race quite nicely. Tom Joyner says, hey, I'll have a go at leading this. The Brit now leads the World Championship on lap number 3. Ben Hanley is 3rd. He's a little bit ragged through the chicane. Can the pole respond down into the hairpin? Joyner predictably goes defensive. That allows Hanley to close up a little bit. He's in the slipstream. Hanley in kart number 1 looks behind him. Jordan Lennox Lamb up the inside of Van Leeuwen. Can't do it. Nielsen still stays in position number 4. This is lap number 4. This is where it happened 1 lap ago. Tom Joyner. Wow, can he make it 2 World Championships? He's now put about 3 kart lengths on Carol Bash. He started from pole position. He ran away with the pre-final, absolutely dominated, winning by 2.5 seconds. But now he's got a fight on his hand for the World Championship. You can see with his left hand, he just lowers the blind on the radiator, trying to get more airflow into that Vortex engine. Up the inside goes Carol Bash. He retakes the lead. Ben Hanley watches on in position number 3. That allows Nicholas Nielsen to close in 4th. Still a gap back to Jordan Lennox Lamb in the Birrell Art. They race down through turn number 1. There goes Verschoor, Martijn van Leeuwen, Pedro Hiltbrand in the 2nd CRG. Through the consecutive 4 left-handers here at Conca World Circuit. At this corner right now, they are pulling 3 G-forces, using every bit of the ripple strip on the exit. It is Carol Bash, the pole sitter, who retakes the lead from Tom Joyner. Nielsen up the inside of Ben Hanley, has to duck out of it. Jordan Lennox Lamb in the red and white Birrell Art in position number 5 is closing in on the leaders. Joyner not close enough to make the move. Hanley with a tight line, having to defend from Nicholas Nielsen. There he is in kart number 6 behind the reigning European champion Benjamin Hanley. Reached the heights of GP2 car racing just a few years ago. Now finds himself a professional kart racer with the MC team. Nicholas Nielsen from outside Copenhagen. He's now coming under pressure from Jordan Lennox-Lamb, and he himself is starting to be caught by Richard Verschoor for RB Racing. Nielsen had a big look at the back of Henley, and they're starting to lose touch with the lead as Carol Bash has now put about 3 or 4 kart lengths back on Tom Joyner. Joyner did have a go at leading this race early on. Once again, Henley has to go a little bit defensive into the final corner of the race. Jordan Lennox-Lamb is now in the slipstream of Nicholas Nielsen. He's right on the tail of the Tony Kart driver as they race down into turn number 1. Let's see for a move into turn 3. No, they're all too far back, but Richard Verschoor in the RB Racing Express is starting to catch all of them. The Dutchman leads his countryman Martijn van Leeuwen. They're running 6th and 7th. Down through the chicane, Carol Bash. He's now got a lead of 0.4 of a second over the 2013 World Champion Tom Joyner. Ben Henley under all sorts of pressure from Nicholas Nielsen. Many were tipping him for the favourite to win the World Championship in 2015, but as it stands, he's not even on the podium. Let's see if he can change that into this corner. No, he's still too far back off the Englishman. He's surrounded by Brits, in fact. Drivers from the United Kingdom are running 2nd, 3rd and 5th. I'm speaking of Joyner, Henley and Lennox-Lamb. It is a driver from Poland who leads the race. This time, Tom Joyner starts to close in a little bit. Takes a 1/10 of a second off last time round over the ripple strip. Nicholas Nielsen, can he make it onto the podium? Can he win it? He's been passed though, just as we say, can he win it? Just as we ask the question, he's been passed by Jordan Lennox-Lamb. The Englishmen are now running 2nd, 3rd and 4th here at La Conca World Circuit. Nicholas Nielsen is not even near the podium, let alone near winning this race. He will be absolutely devastated with this start. He's got 16 laps to recover. Can the Dane, who many are picking as the potential world champion for 2015, can he recover from here? Or will the Pole, Carol Bash, continue to run away with it? The lead is now out to 0.56 of a second. Around this La Conca World Circuit, over the ripple strip, through the most spectacular chicane in the world of karting. Carol Bash, very, very determined, very aggressive behind the wheel of that Cosmic Kart. Their line astern down the start-finish straight. Joyner, Henley, Lennox-Lamb, Nielsen, Richard Verschoor, the 14-year-old from outside Utrecht in Holland, now coming into play as Ben Henley goes up the inside of Joyner. Jordan Lennox-Lamb is now on the podium. The Brits are 2nd, 3rd and 4th, but they've changed order. Jordan Lennox-Lamb, can he do it for the Birrell Art team? Nielsen still stays there in 5th. He's been caught by the 2 Dutchmen, Richard Verschoor and Martijn van Leeuwen in the CRG. Look at the lead from Carol Bash. While all that has been going on, he's managed to extend the lead. It is now at 0.7 of a second. Jordan Lennox-Lamb down the inside. He passes Henley. Joyner does the same. They're going to be side by side down the start-finish straight. Nielsen has to duck back inside behind Henley, the reigning European champion. Carol Bash ominously with clear air, fastest lap of the race. Jordan Lennox-Lamb has been repassed by Tom Joyner. Ben Henley's now back in the 2nd spot. He gets it a little bit sideways on the exit. And indeed, it is Nicholas Nielsen who's lost his place to the 14-year-old from Holland, Richard Verschoor. Joyner up the inside of Henley. They're side by side up the back straight. Jordan Lennox-Lamb, they're side by side through the chicane. They're over the chicane. Nicholas Nielsen on the inside of Richard Verschoor retakes 1 position, but all the time the leader, Carol Bash, is pulling away. He's got a tremendous lead as they come across the start-finish straight. He's just set a fastest lap of the race once again. The gap is out to 1.5 seconds. That dicing has cost them. Has it ruled out a World Championship victory here this afternoon? Are they just fighting for the bottom steps of the podium? It would seem so here at La Conca World Circuit. Joyner in kart number 2 leads his 2 countrymen, Jordan Lennox-Lamb for Birrell Art, Ben Henley for the Mad Croc team, then Nicholas Nielsen for the Factory Tony Kart team. Down into the final hairpin one more time. This is exactly half race distance at the Conca World Circuit here in southern Italy. The 2015 World Championship is slipping away from the three Brits, Joyner, Lennox Lamb and Henley. The gap from them to the leader is 2.99 seconds. Karel Bash is walking away with this. He may well be the first driver from Poland to win the World Kart Racing Championship here this afternoon. Joyner in second spot, just lifts the inside rear. Nielsen up the inside. Ben Henley has to back out of it. Oh, he's gone through. There was debris flying off one of the karts as they go through the chicane. Nielsen did take the spot. Jordan Lennox Lamb up the inside of Tom Joyner. That is for second place. Now Nicholas Nielsen is in fourth. Tom Joyner looks behind to see the Dane in the Tony kart, starting to chase him down. Ben Henley from second is now back in position. It remains 3.3 seconds, which is an eternity in World Kart Racing. Still, the two Brits, Lennox Lamb, Joyner, Nielsen. At second, third and fourth, Ben Henley is in position number 5 from the two Dutchmen, Martijn van Leeuwen and Richard Verschoor. Jordan Lennox Lamb locks up the brakes on that Birolac going through the final corner. Is a little bit wide on the exit. Let's watch Nicholas Nielsen as they race down into turn number 1. It's right in the slipstream of the Brit Tom Joyner. Joyner a little bit wide on the exit. Nielsen knows it. Oh, he puts 2 wheels up on the ripple strip. The Dane has gone through. Finally, Nicholas Nielsen is up on the podium. Remember, he started on grid number 2. He's gone back to 5th, and now he finds himself finally at least on the bottom step of the podium. He's got a big job to catch Jordan Lennox Lamb in second spot, and he's got an enormous task to catch your race leader, Karel Bash, in the Cosmic kart from Poland. Nielsen locks up the 4-wheel disc brakes on that Tony kart going into the final hairpin. Joyner makes an adjustment on that engine. He's got a problem because he's a little bit slow down the straight. Does recover. He's got Henley right behind him in the slipstream. 6 laps remaining at the end of this one. Henley has retaken that position from the 2013 World Champion, Joyner. He's now comfortably off the podium. Is that the best we've seen of the Brit? Has he played all his cards too early? The Zanardi kart has been super quick all weekend, but this is the only race in which it counts. Jordan Lennox Lamb now is starting to be caught finally by Nicholas Nielsen. I say finally because he's shown tremendous speed all year. Tony Kart have won the KF World title in the past in the hands of Marco Ardigo and Flavio Camponeschi. They're one of the most professional teams in world motorsport, the Tony Kart racing team from Brescia in northern Italy. A lot of pressure on the shoulders of this young Dane. Many people coming into this weekend were tipping him to win it. He did qualify on pole on Friday evening. Now finds himself in third position. Adjusts the radiator on the blind on the radiator. Feeding air through into that Vortex engine. Henley over the ripple strip. 6.5 laps remaining for this, the 2015 CIK World Kart Racing Championships. Jordan Lennox Lamb, let's check the gap for you. They come across the line to start lap number 19. It is 3.8 seconds. Karel Bash to the rest of the field. He has absolutely destroyed him, but it counts for nothing unless he can take the checkered flag in 6 laps' time. I'm scratching my head trying to think if Cosmic has ever won the World Karting Championship. The Tony Kart team certainly have many times. The Cosmic team have won many a European title, national titles all around the world, but off the top of my head, I can't think if Cosmic has ever won the World Championship. They are 5.5 laps away from glory here at La Conca World Circuit. Karel Bash from Poland. The lead is now down to 3.7 seconds. So Jordan Lennox-Lamb from England has taken a little bit of time out of the pole, but he's going to have to cut almost a second a lap off your race leader if he's going to taste victory here this afternoon at La Conca World Circuit. The rest of the field stream through. Valtonen, Trevisanuto, Armstrong, Marco Dionysis, Kasparuz, Rokas Vachuska, Felicitiene. While all this has been going on, come from grid number 31 to be up into 15th position. It's been a good drive, but he's not going to get on the podium this afternoon. Ben Henley hasn't given up standing on the podium this afternoon. He shadows his countryman, Tom Joyner, with 4 laps to go here at La Conca World Circuit. The field streamed through. That was Javier Loveras, the Spaniard. Going through, just rounding outside the top 20. Finally, Carol Bash looks over his shoulders and says, "Hey boys, where are you? I've got the world title in my pocket." They're not going to catch him on outright pace. He's got 3.5 seconds and 3 laps remaining. He will write his name into history if he can hold on. Looked over his shoulder that last time round up the back straight. Nicholas Nielsen does this time round. He's on the bottom step of the podium, but that's not what he came to Italy to do. He wanted to win this race, but it's not going to happen barring some sort of spectacular miracle here this afternoon. Carol Bash, he was driving a green Tony kart last year. He switched to the Cosmic team for 2015. And it seems as though it's going to pay dividends in the biggest possible way. Down through the fast right-hander, through the chicane, over the chicane in fact. 2 laps remaining. Carol Bash from Poland goes about his business very, very quietly. Very serious competitor. Jordan Lennox-Lamb also very professional. Nicholas Nielsen, well, that was interesting. Look down at his engine coming across the start-finish line. Has he got a problem? He's still circulating at speed. You can see he's in position number 3. Joyner, Henley, rounding out the top 5. As the rest of the field stream through. There's Javier Loveras going through. Head of Nerman, Alexander Dahlberg, Anton Haga, the Japanese driver from Tokyo, Miyata, just outside the top 20. This has been a faultless performance for Carol Bash. He is 1 lap away from glory here at La Conca World Circuit. The last lap board is being shown. This is the final lap of the 2015 World Kart Racing Championship. Barring an absolute catastrophe, we will see a driver from Poland win the title for the first ever time. This is the man who is seemingly going to do it, driving the number 7 Cosmic kart. He goes down through the fast right-hander, over the chicane for the final time. Carol Bash from Poland is about to write his name into history. Driving the number 7 Cosmic kart. The checkered flag comes out. Carol Bash is the 2015 World Kart Racing Champion. He has won here at La Conca World Circuit in absolute dominant fashion. Carol Bash, for the first time ever, we see a driver from Poland win the World Kart Racing title. Jordan Lennox-Lamb from England is second. Nicholas Nielsen from Denmark, he stands on the bottom step of the podium. World champion comes home.